Hello and welcome to Clarity. I thought we'd take a moment and have a discussion about the whole idea of connectivity. Connectivity clearly is critical to any business's ability to operate in this digital world of the 21st century, where hyperconnectivity is just the nature of the world we're living in. I think the challenge becomes in part, though, we often think about connectivity in terms of external. It's my business's connection with the broader outside world. It might be with my customers. It might be with my suppliers. It might be with others. Where I think connectivity becomes incredibly important, though, is ensuring the connectivity between the industrial side of your organization and the IT side of your organization. What do I mean by that? Most organizations initially focused on IT around data and network operation. I think as increasingly organizations, particularly those focused on manufacturing, for example, as businesses in many sectors increasingly began to automate the actual processes associated with generating the outcome of the business, IIoT, if you will, the operating technology side, I think for a long time, we tended to view IT and OT as two separate silos. And I think one of the keys is we've got to go beyond that because quite frankly, adversary is an individual who used to penetrate networks for a living. I will tell you, adversaries don't view them as, let me phrase it this way. Adversaries like the fact that organizations tend to view them as two separate things. Quite frankly, it makes an attacker's job much, much easier. So one of the things I think then that becomes so critical to a good cybersecurity and a good cyber resiliency structure is this idea of ensuring that your cybersecurity side and your OT side are interconnected with each other and they're both optimized to generate outcomes. Building an operating technology segment without cybersecurity becomes really problematic. And yet for many organizations, when you think about security and OT, you tend to think about physical security. And what we're seeing now is while physical security certainly remains an important element, because of this hyper-connected world we're living in, and COVID has only served to accelerate that, what you're finding now is the connectivity idea must be extended into the OT framework itself and connectivity from a cyber perspective. And therefore, cybersecurity becomes a critical component of OT security. And for most organizations, the greatest strength within cybersecurity tends to lie within their IT arena because it's where they've been focused for the longest time. So the key then becomes, how do I bring these two things together? How do I connect them? Because if I can do that, I can really start to have some meaningful impact and I increase my probability of success. And in the end, that's what we're all trying to do. We're trying to maximize the probability of success and mitigate risk so that whatever our organization's focus is, it can actually execute it and execute it safely despite these cyber threats, whether those threats be directed to OT, IoT, IIoT, or even the more traditional IT. And that is not an easy challenge, as I think all of you know almost every day.